Hello YouTube, and welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms video. Today, we will talk about Alliance Officers. And of course, before we start, hit that like, smash the subscribe button, and turn on notifications. It helps me out a lot. So, let's begin. The topic we're going to focus on is, why do we have them? What do they do? And why you must be careful on who you pick. Let's start off easy. Why do we have them? That's simple. Because they deal with the stuff most players don't want to deal with. They deal with complaints from other players, other alliances, and other kingdoms when it comes to KVK. They focus on issues that arise, and they assist the leader of the alliance and possibly the king. Now, what do they do? Officers are the ones who build the alliance pit that allows you to progress and gain resources. They build flags to further your resource gain. They work with other alliances in your kingdom to make sure there isn't a war and work on solutions to live in peace. It's not as easy as you think. Simply put, a officer deals with everything so you don't have to. A good one would, at least. They are the reason that you can enjoy the game and not worry too much about the stress of running a kingdom or an alliance. So with that said, make sure when you see them next, tell them thank you for all you do. You would be surprised how much that means. Maybe send them some resources out of the blue. Now, I'm sure a few of you are like, I got a bunch of gold. I bet you they'll love that. Well, they will when they hit tier 5, so send it to them. Now, an officer in KVK is one of the most important resources you will have in KVK. Aside, of course, from the frontline fighters who defend and push for your alliance, aside from those who gather resources in the safe zone to feed the fighters. Why, you may ask? Simple. A good diplomat can usually stop a fight before it happens. Keyword is usually. That's, of course, unless you get a kingdom or alliance that wants to attack and doesn't care about diplomacy. They're just, you know what? We're going to destroy everyone. It'll happen. Now, this is the part I want everyone to focus on. Why you must be careful on who you pick. When an officer is picked, usually it's not just a leader going, you know what, I like you, let me promote you. Usually it's because they have deemed that they bring something valuable to the team. They have experience. They're a people person. They're liked by the many. There's countless reasons. But we'll go into how to pick an officer in another video. So, to backtrack, why you must be careful on who you pick. To many, an officer is just a title and someone who can place a resource pit and add and accept people into the alliance. However, they are much more than that. When you are in KVK, and I use this example on my channel all the time because that is what most kingdoms will focus on. They are what other kingdoms will look at to see if they trust your kingdom. If an officer is hot-headed, gets upset easily, or likes to taunt people because they have a high power, this will cause uncertainty with other kingdoms. Most kingdoms will message the R5 or the leader and all officers, usually with different people, to test their reactions and see if they are trustworthy, quick to anger, or just want to fight. It will only take one officer or R5 to mess this up. You Excuse me. I apologize. You could have the best leader and officers in your alliance, but have that one that is either kill hungry, doesn't like a certain way of life, or just isn't active. That will be the difference between a peaceful neighbor that you can work with to fight other kingdoms, because you will fight, or you can fail and fight your neighbors in all other kingdoms. For anyone who has done KVK, that is not a good thing. So, in summary, yes, a officer builds resource points, but you are the face of the alliance. It's not just the leader or R5. You are a team. Everything you do, everything you say, every attack you make is a political one. Remember this and think before you do any of these things. Everything you do, your members see. Everything your members see, your members do. You are the face of the alliance. Now, some tips to help you to think with your actions before you do something. These 4 things will help you. It will make it so you can make a better informed decision about what you say and what you do. Those 4 things are: 1. How will this affect the alliance? You need to think, will this cause a negative impact? How will this positively or negatively affect the alliance? That should be your number 1 thought as an officer. 2. If you are in the King's alliance, how will this affect the kingdom? Because everything you do as an officer of the king reflects on the entire kingdom. Whether you want it to or not, it does. 3. Will this possibly start a war? We are in a war game. It takes the slightest things to start a war. Sometimes it doesn't take anything, but you need to be careful about this. And 4. I want you to pay attention to this one most of all. Has this topic been brought up before, and how was it handled? If you don't know, talk to the other officers and leaders before acting. If you need to respond quickly to someone, say, "Let me find that out for you," or "I would like to verify before I say." This will show you are humble and want to make sure what you say is true. This will build trust, but I will go into how to be an officer in another video. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me, and I hope you've taken something back from this. Please subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. And if you have a Discord, add it to the Discord. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave it below in the comments. I will read all comments. Thank you, and enjoy Rise of Kingdoms.